Everyone, this is Gina. I wanted to do a walkthrough of my little Suitcase mini album using the Curiouser and Curiouser paper collection. On the front, I have a chipboard frame with a piece of transparency and a rub-on transfer on top, and you can see through the little window into the book. I use some metal closures and a graphic 45 handle. The back of the book, and the bottom. I made a dangly charm. I used some of the chipboard and I backed it with some of the pattern paper. A graphic 45 key, a little Alice charm, and a little spoon. On this piece of chipboard, I trimmed off the bottom. It had a heart border. I also added pattern paper to the back of it. I added at the bottom of my charms a little rabbit. When you open the book, I added another piece of chipboard over my little hole I cut in the book and a sticker from the sticker collection. I added a clip, and this is from the ephemera collection. The cards also. The first page has a piece of chipboard with some transparency and a rub-on transfer. A room for large photos. You can tuck a photo under those. That pulls out. Then on the tag page, I covered all my tags with the red heart paper. Made a little journaling tag. Room for more large photos. On page 2, I used a chipboard frame again with transparency and rub-on transfers. You open it up and there's room for photos that'll peek through your little window on the front when it's closed. On this page, I tore my paper and made little tuck spots, put some scrap paper behind where I tore. That way you can add in journaling cards. On the bottom page there, I fussy cut the queen from the paper collection. This page also pulls out. You can do journaling or add photos. The next tag page, add a piece of ephemera to the pocket, tucked in a journaling card and my decorated tag. Third page, another piece of chipboard and rub-on transfer. More room for large photos. I ripped my paper down there at the bottom and added a scrap. That pulls out also. And my tag page. Another journaling card. And my tag. The fourth page has a large piece of chipboard. I added a gem to the queens. I ripped the paper down there and added a scrap paper. This page also pulls out. I used another piece of ephemera, a journaling card, and another tag. On the back of that page, I made a waterfall. That's a piece of chipboard with a magnetic closure, and I added a gem. And then it just all flips open. On the very bottom, I added the Alice from the paper collection, but made it a pocket and made 2 little tags and used some of the rub-on transfers on them. Then they just tuck right back in there, and they just hide right under the waterfall. And on the back of the book, I cut that from the paper collection and put some transparency on the back to create a pocket and added these 2 cards in. So I have 2 tutorials on my YouTube channel for this project. One's how to decorate the album on the outside and the inside covers. And the second video is on the pages. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed my project.